Good morning, this is Mike Houston with your Thursday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. Looking at our key points for this forecast period, we expect to see temperatures remain cool through Saturday. A moderate snowfall event is expected late tonight through Friday night for the central and southeast mountains. We should see gradual warming Sunday and Monday, with the potential for a rain-on-snow event at mid-elevations, that's less than 7,500 feet MSL, on Monday. And then we're looking at much warmer temperatures Tuesday into Thursday, which might lead us into our next round of elevated hydrologic activity, or flooding. Let's jump to the forecast charts here. Looking at satellite imagery this morning, we do have a weak disturbance working its way through southern Idaho this morning. It might bring us some light shower activity, isolated in nature across the area today. Otherwise, we're looking at relatively dry conditions. Looking at our weather risk outlook matrix of doom for the next 5 days, we do have that slight chance of precipitation today. That next storm system that I mentioned coming in for Friday should bring us some moderate impacts in terms of snow accumulations to the southeast and eastern highlands and possibly the Sawtooth Mountains. Looks like we catch a break for Saturday, and then as we work our way into Sunday and Monday, the next storm system begins to work its way into the region, which might bring us some rain on snow for the mid-elevations. That's less than 7,500 feet, which might exacerbate the snowmelt conditions that we have across the region. Let's look at some of the forecast charts here. We do have a low-pressure system here off of Vancouver Island, and that will drop in over the top of this ridge and into the region over the next 24 hours. High temperatures today still remaining fairly cool, generally in the upper 40s here in the Snake River Plain and 30s in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands. That'll bring us some light snow melt today with the cool temperatures. You can see, looking at some of these lighter orange colors, generally only brings us less than 1/4 of an inch of water equivalent melting through the day today. So not much in the terms of liquid precip. Looking at the storm track for Friday, we see that low pressure system that was off of Vancouver Island now shearing into the central Idaho, and with it that'll bring precipitation to the region and slightly warmer temperatures. Here we are looking at daytime highs on Friday in the mid-40s to lower 50s, and generally around 40 to 45 in the Central Mountains and 30s to lower 40s in the Southeast Highlands. Snowfall amounts with that incoming storm system generally giving us warning amounts here across the Bear River Range and advisory level snowfall. That's about 5 to 10 inches here across the Southeast Highlands as a general rule. We may even see something similar to that across the Sawtooth peaks here, but for the most part running just below advisory levels here in the Central Mountains. Hence, we do have winter storm advisories out for the Southeast Mountains and a winter storm warning out for the Bear River Range for that incoming storm system. Along with that, we will have some wind over in the Magic Valley, possibly here we are looking at wind gusts of 40, 45 miles per hour here in the Magic Valley. That may prompt us to have to issue a wind advisory for that region. And with that incoming storm system, we'll see an uptick in melting as temperatures warm slightly and we add a little precipitation to the mix. Here we are looking at some of these lower elevation areas of McCammon on down towards Preston, picking up potentially anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of liquid precipitation in terms of melting. So that may help to add fuel to some of the wet conditions that we have around the region. Looking at the storm track for Saturday, we do see a ridge beginning to develop along the coast. And as we advance our way into Sunday, we see the next storm system approaching Vancouver Island and then dropping into Idaho on Monday. There are some variations to this storm evolution, and if we look at some of those in our cluster analysis, we see things that look similar to what we just saw there, ending with a fairly modest incoming disturbance. And then there are some models out there that are showing something much more impressive, with a low pressure system dropping into southwest Idaho by Monday. So with those two scenarios in mind, for the most part, we are expecting some snowfall, upwards of an inch or two here in some of the central and eastern mountains, and the liquid precipitation to go along that with may reach a quarter of an inch in some of these mountain ranges. But if we were to realize that more aggressive system, we could be looking at precipitation running upwards of half an inch or so in some of these mountainous ranges, with rain on snow, at least at the mid levels. That's 7,500 feet and below. So that may cause us some hydrologic issues. Beyond that, we get out into midweek, and particularly beyond getting into Thursday and Friday of next week, we see a ridge developing across the region. That's going to push our temperatures much warmer after that precipitation event on Monday, and that will drive us into some issues with some runoff across the region. Here we are looking at the high temperatures, at least on Wednesday, running in the mid-50s to lower 60s across the region, and 50s in the central mountains and upper 40s to lower 50s in the southeast highlands. But once we get out to later in the week, we probably see these temperatures going much higher than that. So temperatures remain cool through Saturday. We're looking at moderate snowfall late tonight through Friday night for the central and southeast mountains, for which we have a winter weather advisory out, at least for the southeast mountains, and a winter storm warning out for the Bear River Range. We do expect gradual warming Sunday and Monday, with the potential for a rain on snow event at low and mid elevations. That's 7,500 feet and below. That may cause some short-term hydrologic issues across the region. But once we get out into the middle and later parts of next week, we are expecting a much warmer conditions, which will lead us to our next round of elevated hydrologic activity or flooding. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can reach out to us at one of the avenues here listed on the screen. Thank you.